And speaking of asking questions, how to talk about it is something that a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
They might feel very strongly that something is different or something's wrong, but they don't know how to start the conversation. And you don't have to lead in with are you feeling suicidal? In fact, you typically won't lead in with a yes or no question because you'll get a no and a look down and the conversation will be over. I noticed you're not different. What's going on with you lately?
Right.
I see that you're not reading like you used to. Why aren't you eating? You don't seem yourself lately. These are the kind of questions I think that can lead into a meaningful conversation about not feeling good, not just are you suicidal or not. There's ways to get into that conversation in a meaningful way, and I'm thinking of families right now in particular.
Yeah, because as parents, we like to ask, especially we're uneasy. If you don't know a subject, you're uneasy about it. I mean, just think you could name any subject, whether it's drugs, alcohol, bullying, sex, whatever. If you don't know about what you're uneasy to touch. So by learning what we're doing here today, by learning more about an issue, you become more comfortable talking about it. But then, as I said earlier too, don't give them the question where you can say, "Hey, are you okay?" And they say yes. Then they go, "Well, I asked them, so yep, I don't have to ask anymore." You remember I said if you're not happy with the question, you're not satisfied with their answer. That can be, I've told to the person, "Hey, I see some things, or some things bothering you." They say, "No, nothing's bothering me." You know, read their body language, read how they're acting, not just the words, not just the responses. Then build your course of action on that, not just what they said or didn't say. I had one shared by a parent. It wasn't my idea, but I thought it was great. She said, "I keep track of that, not by me going to my son and saying, 'Let me look at what's on you.' I go to his friends and say, 'Hey, do you know that, is there anything on social media I should be aware of that might be bothering,' what's it, Fred's his name. You know, so they're talking to their friends about, is there things going on, or is there giving them an opportunity to say, 'Well, yes, there's this happening, and by the way, your son has really had a hard time.'" So giving the friends an opportunity, not prying, but giving them an opportunity to share, "Do you see anything out there that's really starting to bother people? I'm just trying to stay in tune." You'd be amazed what young people will share with you.
That's interesting. I do the same thing with my daughters. I'll ask one daughter what the other daughter's watching on YouTube that they think is not good for them, and that really sometimes opens up some conversations with both of them. It's that way of making a comfortable introduction in a way that's not so threatening, not judgmental, and not just taking one step back. So it is hard to talk about, but it's worth it.